When you think about dangerous insects, wasps probably come to mind immediately. Most of us have been stung at least once, and we know that pain is no joke. But the world of wasps extends far beyond the yellow and black striped insects buzzing around your picnic. There exists an entire spectrum of wasp species, ranging from relatively harmless to genuinely lethal. Understanding where different wasps fall on this spectrum requires looking at two critical factors: how potent their venom is and how many documented deaths they have caused in real-world encounters with humans. Today, we're ranking the 7 deadliest wasps on Earth, and we're not just looking at individual pain potential. We are looking at actual threat to human life based on venom potency and confirmed fatalities. Because some of the most painful wasps rarely kill humans, while some of the most deadly do not necessarily have the most extreme individual sting. The ranking you are about to see reveals which wasps genuinely deserve your fear and which ones, despite their reputation, fall lower on the threat scale. Starting at the bottom of our list is an insect that possesses venom, potent enough to paralyze tarantulas much larger than itself, and yet somehow remains relatively unknown outside specialized entomological circles. The potter wasp, named for its habit of creating pot-shaped mud nests, has venom ranked among the most toxic in the wasp world relative to body size. These solitary wasps hunt tarantulas, delivering venom through their stings that paralyzes the 8-legged arachnid, allowing the wasp to lay eggs inside the immobilized body. The venom itself is remarkably potent, designed to incapacitate nervous systems orders of magnitude larger than the wasp itself. However, the potter wasp rarely encounters humans, and when it does, it is not aggressive. These wasps are solitary hunters focused entirely on their specific prey. A human would have to deliberately handle a potter wasp or threaten its nest to get stung. Documented human deaths from potter wasp stings are virtually non-existent in medical literature, despite the venom's potency. This is where the ranking distinction becomes clear. Venom potency alone does not determine lethality to humans. Distribution, aggression, and likelihood of human contact matter just as much as how dangerous the individual sting is. Moving up the ranking brings us to a wasp that's far more likely to encounter humans and isn't shy about defending its territory. The European hornet, larger than most wasp species and more aggressive, has been responsible for documented deaths across Europe, particularly in cases involving severe allergic reactions or multiple stings. The venom is moderately potent, causing significant local pain and swelling that can last for hours. What distinguishes the European hornet from the potter wasp is its willingness to defend aggressively. If you disturb a European hornet nest, the insects will pursue you, delivering multiple stings in coordinated waves. The venom alone would not rank it high on this list, but the combination of moderate venom potency, genuine aggression, and global distribution means European hornets have resulted in more human deaths than several other wasps with individually more potent stings. The danger scales when you understand that a single European hornet is manageable, but multiple European hornets attacking simultaneously can overwhelm a human's immune system through sheer volume of venom injection. Several documented deaths have resulted from people being attacked by European hornet colonies, with fatalities concentrated among elderly individuals or those with underlying health conditions. The hornet demonstrates that aggression and coordination can compensate for less extreme individual venom potency. Yet aggression and distribution alone don't place a wasp at the top of the deadliest list. Consider the Pepsi's wasp, also called the tarantula wasp, which hunts the world's largest spiders. The Pepsi's wasp possesses venom comparable to the Schmidt pain index, with some species rated at level 3 or borderline level 4, extremely potent, causing intense pain and temporary paralysis in humans foolish enough to handle them. The wasp is named for its ability to hunt tarantulas much larger than itself, diving at the spider, dodging the fangs, and delivering a sting that paralyzes the prey. What pushes the Pepsi's wasp higher than the European hornet is venom potency combined with documented human encounters. While deaths from Pepsi's wasp stings are rare, people who have been stung report hours of intense pain and systemic symptoms including nausea, weakness, and temporary loss of limb function. The danger scaling occurs here. The Pepsi's wasp has venom potent enough to incapacitate creatures 10 times its size, meaning human victims experience effects far more severe than from European hornet stings. However, Pepsi's wasps are also relatively docile toward humans unless directly threatened, which is why documented deaths remain low despite extreme venom potency. As we climb further up the ranking, we encounter wasps that combine venom potency with genuine aggression, creating a multiplicative threat. The bald-faced hornet, despite its name actually being a type of wasp, is black with white markings and notably larger than many other wasps. It is also considerably more aggressive, defending its paper nest with coordinated attacks on perceived threats. Multiple bald-faced hornets will pursue an intruder for considerable distances, delivering stings repeatedly. The venom is potent enough to cause significant local and systemic effects, and the wasp's aggression means that victims often receive multiple stings during an encounter. Documented human deaths from bald-faced hornet attacks exist in the medical literature, typically involving either allergic reactions or cases where victims received 20 or more stings. What distinguishes the bald-faced hornet from the Pepsi's wasp is that the bald-faced hornet actively attacks humans and does not require direct provocation. Simply getting close to a nest can trigger aggressive responses. The wasps will pursue threats away from their nest, a behavior that increases human-hornet contact probability. This combination of potent venom and coordinated group attacks, along with their aggression, pushes the bald-faced hornet higher on the ranking than solitary or semi-docile species. But there exists a wasp whose sting is so incredibly painful that it dominates popular culture and internet forums, despite causing virtually no documented human deaths. The tarantula hawk, famous for having the highest rated sting on the Schmidt pain index at level 4, delivers pain described as comparable to being shot. People stung by tarantula hawks report hours of incapacitating pain, temporary paralysis, and in some cases, inability to use the affected limb for extended periods. The venom is actually less complex than some other wasps, but it is optimized specifically to generate pain rather than to paralyze prey. A human stung by a tarantula hawk does not die from the venom. The amount injected is far too small, but they experience pain so extreme that their nervous system essentially shuts down normal function. However, documented human deaths from tarantula hawk stings are essentially non-existent. The wasp is solitary, not aggressive toward humans, and is rarely encountered outside its native habitat in the Americas. While the tarantula hawk ranks highest on the Schmidt pain scale, it ranks lower than several other wasps on the lethality scale because the pain, however extreme, is not lethal. This is a crucial distinction in our ranking. The most painful sting is not always the deadliest sting. When you combine potent venom with genuine aggression, global distribution, and documented human fatalities, you get an insect that surpasses even the tarantula hawk in real-world danger. The Asian giant hornet, native to East Asia but increasingly encountered globally, is one of the largest wasp species in the world, with a sting that is genuinely venomous enough to kill humans. The venom contains a neurotoxin that damages tissue and triggers severe immune responses. But what makes the Asian giant hornet genuinely dangerous is its aggressive nature. These wasps will attack without significant provocation, defending their territory aggressively. A single sting from an Asian giant hornet causes intense pain comparable to the tarantula hawk, but the difference lies in frequency and lethality. Asian giant hornets are known to deliver multiple stings in rapid succession, and their venom can cause fatal reactions through a combination of direct toxicity and anaphylactic shock. In Japan alone, Asian giant hornets cause dozens of documented deaths every year. Victims describe being chased by these wasps for considerable distances, stung repeatedly, and experiencing neurological shutdown from venom accumulation. The hornet represents the threshold where venom potency meets genuine danger to human survival. Unlike the tarantula hawk that causes extreme pain but not death, or the European hornet with moderate venom, the Asian giant hornet combines potent venom with aggression and demonstrates consistent lethality. Yet, there remains one more category of wasp threat that surpasses even the Asian giant hornet in terms of total danger posed to humans. The yellowjacket and paper wasp species, particularly aggressive varieties found globally, do not possess individual venom potency that rivals the Asian giant hornet or the tarantula hawk. Their stings cause pain and swelling, but nothing approaching the extreme levels of other species on this list. What makes yellowjackets and paper wasps deadlier in aggregate is their distribution, their abundance, and their tendency to form massive colonies in human-occupied spaces. A single yellowjacket sting is manageable. A swarm of yellowjackets attacking from a nest in your house or garden is lethal. These wasps have documented human fatalities exceeding those of Asian giant hornets simply because they are everywhere and they are numerous. A person allergic to wasp venom has a far greater probability of encountering a yellowjacket than an Asian giant hornet, and that yellowjacket is far more likely to attack defensively. When multiple yellowjackets sting simultaneously, the cumulative venom load creates systemic toxicity. Documented deaths from yellowjacket swarms outnumber deaths from individual Asian giant hornet encounters because yellowjackets exist in abundance in human proximity. The danger scales geometrically with numbers. A single potent wasp is less dangerous than dozens of moderately potent wasps attacking together. This ranking reveals something fundamental about danger itself. The wasp with the most potent individual sting, the tarantula hawk, ranks lower than wasps with less extreme venom because pain does not necessarily kill. The most documented deaths come from wasps that combine moderate to high venom potency with aggression and human contact likelihood. The deadliest wasps are not always the most famous or the ones with the most extreme individual threat. They are the ones that most reliably encounter humans, attack defensively, and deliver enough venom through multiple stings to overwhelm human physiology. The yellowjacket and paper wasp, despite being far less impressive individually than the tarantula hawk or the Asian giant hornet, represent a greater actual threat to human populations simply because they are everywhere. They nest in human structures, they aggressively defend those nests, and they attack in coordinated groups. For most people on Earth, a yellowjacket colony poses greater danger than the rarest or most extreme wasp species ever discovered. This is the core lesson of understanding real-world danger. It is not about the spectacular individual threat, but about probability, distribution, and coordination. But here's what's fascinating. Wasps attack individually or in loose groups, each wasp making independent decisions about when and where to strike. Ants, by contrast, have evolved an entirely different approach to coordination and collective threat. If you thought the deadliest wasp was dangerous, wait until you understand how ants have weaponized perfect coordination across millions of individuals. Check out the last video where we break down the deadliest ants in the world, because understanding these two approaches to danger, individual aggression versus collective intelligence, reveals why ants ultimately pose a different kind of threat entirely.